Good evening to all of you, and I hope next 30 minutes we are going to talk a lot many things, which will be giving you some idea about that what career lines are ahead and what's emerging in Indian scenario, how we are going to make sense out of the stimuli which are happening or say which are going ahead in our present times, and so let me pick up my presentation here. I represent Sage University Indore and Sage University Bhopal. And the Sage University is a part of the Sage Group. Sage Group, which is one of the largest educational group, and beyond education, it's one of the giant in area of the real estate, power, and entertainment. Sage Group is having constituents like that of Agrawal Construction Company, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Sage University, that is Sage University Bhopal, Sage University Indore, then Sage International School, and Agrawal Power Private Limited. So this is the overall group, and out of this group, I'm representing Sage University Indore, and Sage University Bhopal. Sage University, to be introduced, it is one of the most awarded university in Central India. In last 4 years of operation, we started somewhere in 2017, and since 2017 to 2020, a small journey of the 4 years, I'm proud to say that we've been able to gather Young Entrepreneurship Award, National Innovation Award, Most Promising Group of MP, Best Upcoming University in MP, Award of the Swaraj Express, and so forth and so forth. The list is unending, going ahead as at a very fast pace. Another major issue is we are located at the center of the country, and this is something which is the commercial hub, administrative hub, and industrial hub of the Central India that we are there. So this helps us in harnessing all these connectivities and networks for the benefit of students. Sage University is having the 14 constituents institutes, and then say I'm representing right now the Sage Institute of Management Studies and Sage Institute of Commerce. Sage Institute of Management Studies, we focus on state-of-art teaching and learning systems, and this is an institute which has generated tremendous amount of the vibes nearby area as well as beyond country. This is an institute which has inspired many of the young professionals, many of the young students to achieve their dreams. Now, achieving dreams of the career. What a career is supposed to give. A career is something which is to offer you three are the examples what it can offer: the power, the passion, the pride. And if these three things you want to achieve in present times, you need to be a wealth creator. And we at the Sage Institute of Management Studies and Sage Institute of Commerce, we create the wealth creators, and this is our role. Wealth creator, naturally, they will be working either into the domestic or MNCs, domestic companies and MNCs. They will be driving force in the domestic companies and MNCs, or they themselves will be the entrepreneurs. And hence, we teach students, we train students, we create students, and create an effective manpower for very efficient operations and very effective operations in MNCs, keeping in mind large-scale domestic organizations. At the same point of time, we train people for the entrepreneurship, to be running an enterprise. So this is where we stand, what we offer. A brief idea about what exactly is happening about nearby you. You must have heard about India is one of the fastest growing economy of the world. India is the fastest growing economy of the world, which is fueled by largest number of the startups registered in the world at this place, at this country, in this country. You will be amazed to listen that this growth of India is not because of the giant companies or multinational corporations. This growth in India is propelled by the startups, the visionaries, young visionaries, as some amongst you would turn out to be after 5 years or so, they had taken up this challenge of creating wealth, and now they are investing their time, they are investing their energy and boosting Indian economy to its present heights. You will be amazed to understand that some of the mid-level companies in India, which had been started only 5 to 10 years ago, are now the one of the most talked about companies. You may name Ovayo rooms or Yoyo rooms. You may name Swiggy. You may name n number of such enterprises which had not been there 10 years back, but now they are the front runners as far as wealth creation is concerned in India. So this is what the kind of a revolution has happened, and this revolution is a startup revolution. One more initiative that is being taken by the government of India very recently. It is about the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Now government is emphasizing tremendously on small scale manufacturing and very micro to small level of the enterprises to grow up in India and move very fast. What this is going to offer, this all kind of the scenario is going to create a tremendous need for the young people who are talented and skilled around wealth creation issues and wealth creation aspects. At the same point of time, one more revolution has happened in the last 5 or 7 years, I shall say. It is after the establishment of optical fiber network all across the country, and that is the digital revolution. You must be using Android phones and Android apps. These apps, they are not only permitting you to make your life easy, but at the same point of time, they are making that the data collection and data utilization a tremendous possibility. And this data revolution has changed the operations of the business and tremendously changed the overall scenario. Now, what is new scenario emerged out of this digital revolution? First is that I said data revolution. Then the availability of data is too high. That is maybe on Google, that may be on your Facebook, and these all are the basically data vendors which create data. Second kind of the tremendous innovation has happened is called as artificial intelligence. You may have that Alexa from Amazon at your home and managing your home. You may have the cars which are running by their own, that is driverless cars. You may very soon find in Indian roads also, that is the street lights, they will be illuminated only if some human being is nearby, else it will not. Another kind of revolution which is shaping now the business, it is called as the blockchain revolution. The money, the flow of money and the concept of money is totally changed. Now it is a digital currency, and that digital currency is invested on the internet only. It is growing only on the internet and being used only on the internet. And one other kind of a change that is being brought about is called as robotic automation. Robotic automation, that the blue collar workers are out from the factory shop floors. Blue collar workers are out of the factory shop floors means it is a completely automated system, robot based system, the robot based manufacturing that is happening. And this is something which is happening in nearby you. It is happening in India. It is happening in today situations. And all these things, this new scenario emphasizes only on one thing, that the students like you shall be equipped with the skills which are relevant for this kind of environment, this kind of the economy. And this kind of economy is called as networked economy. What you would be doing after a few years from here, if you just graduate in area of management or the commerce, you would be business analyst, you would be a design thinking expert, you will be an AI based business management expert. Design thinking for innovations. So this isn't skill required here is innovation. Skill required here is thinking out of the box, thinking something which is very different, and then creating advantages of business because of the thinking very differently. Business models in present times, they do have very small shelf life. Business model means that how you are going to make money. You will be listening from here and there that the Facebook has got life of at the maximum by 10 years more, it will die out. Means that this model of the business will be irrelevant. Similarly, you will find that they say car manufacturers, they are having the different kind of the business now. The people don't want to own that car. Now they will be basically selling it to the fleet owners. And these all are the business models which are changing, and so that the emerging, and hence the new products will come. So what is expected out from a student or from a professional? That they need to think differently and create the business models, and they need to understand that what is the life of the business model, so that they can create at right time reinvention in the things. So invention and reinvention, that is the skill that is expected amongst the students. One more point, business analytics, forecast. First and the foremost thing, forecast that who is going to purchase when. This is what business analysts or business analytics do. Forecast that who is going to leave the job in a company. That is business analytics role. And above all, forecast that what is the risk with a particular project or a particular company at this point of time. These all are the kind of forecasting. At the same point of time, business analytics deliver identification of face by face. They identify identification with who are the people who work similar, who behave similar. So this is called as identification. So the skills, what kind of skills are required for doing this kind of business or this kind of the business practices? The skills required here are modeling, statistical modeling, business modeling, understanding business and converting it into the mathematical equations, and after the mathematical equations, deploying them with some kind of computer programs, and after that, visualizing that particular outcome of a mathematical program for the students, for the managers, for the application. Finally, one more area which is now shaping the business to happen, and it is called as artificial intelligence. In fact, not only business, but every aspect of life is being now shaped by the AI. So you need to understand that what is going to be the impact of the AI in product design, what is going to be the impact of AI on business design, or say the customer services, and so the what skills are required. The skills required are saying how to infuse artificial intelligence so as to create better profits, and now this is the area where the Sage Institute of Management Studies focus on. Sage Institute of Management Studies offers the skills which are analytics based skills, design thinking based skills, and artificial intelligence and deploying the artificial intelligence based skills. So this is something, the new roles that will be emerging. All these skills are being honed amongst the students with some vehicles or some kind of the say carriers, and these carriers are our courses. We offer these many areas, the courses, and these courses are basically a skill building exercises or skill building vehicles available to the students. We offer PhD in management and commerce. We offer Master of Business Administration, BBA, that is Bachelor of Business Administration, MCom, BCom honors. These are the kind of the courses. Undergraduate courses in area of the management. As I said, we are typically focusing on skills. So we identify this specific industrial area or say a hub of that activity and then create the skills. Finance hub, that is one of the major hub right now for the economy, and we had the programs like BBA Banking and Finance and MBA Banking and Finance. Similarly, healthcare is turning out to be another major driving force. Internationally, Indian healthcare system is going to be the panacea for most of the citizens of this globe, and hence BBA hospital administration and MBA hospital administration is there. Then it comes about, as I already shared about with you, that is about analytics. So BBA analytics and MBA analytics, these are the courses there. Then it is BBA entrepreneurship. Already I shared with you that we are looking forward to create entrepreneurs who can be a wealth creator in their own capacity. So a special program for creating the entrepreneurs. Aviation is the next major industry, which is differentiated industry, and that's the program is being offered for that. One more area that we would have heard about, that is about the agriculture. The government of India says that they want to double the income of the farmers by 2022. So government is taking tremendous initiatives so as to revive the agriculture in India, and hence the agriculture turning out to be a very profitable business. In that case, the special program, that is MBA Agribusiness is being offered by the Sage University, at Indore and in Bhopal. GST, integration of the taxation system. These has created the need for the newer skills. So the BCom honors taxation, that is there. Then it is again the capital market, focusing the programs on the capital market. So BCom honors banking and finance. It offers the capital market related studies and capital market programs. Similarly, that BCom honors with the financial markets and NSE. This exclusively talks about the do's and don'ts in area of the fintech. In fact, this is the program which is the core for the any kind of the fintech in MBA that is exclusively created. We have two very different programs. The first one is the International Accounting and Finance, BCom honors with the International Accounting and Finance. This program is with the partnership of the UK, ACCA UK, and this is something about providing the international say possibility of international jobs and international exposure to the students. And another one is BCom honors with the CMA. CMA is Certified Management Analyst, and this program is with the IMA, that is Institute of Management Accountants USA. So the one of the topmost organizations in area of accounting and finance, they are in say networking with us so as to provide state of art education to the students, which is most relevant at the same point of time. MCom is being offered in these two areas. The unique prepositions that we offer, it's already I shared with you, that is we people focus on doing and learning. Doing and learning means that even though management is to be learned by doing something, and in that case we had innovated labs in area of marketing, finance, leadership, and even the language. Just you go and try and do something, the answer will come that you are right or wrong, so that you can understand what change that you need to bring in as far as marketing is concerned or the finance is concerned. There are the simulated programs, there are the labs which are equipped with the specific softwares for helping you out in doing marketing online and understanding that what is right, what is wrong you had done. And similar cases with the leadership was one of the key reason for a success or a failure of an enterprise. If you may have the wonderful resources, you may have the wonderful people around, but if the leadership is not appropriate, everything collapses. So that leadership is one of the most important skill, and that is being practiced by the students in the specially created software labs or software simulation softwares in the labs. Management is making the people creating their own personal abilities, and the personal abilities are in area of the communication, in area of expression, in area of presenting the ideas and winning the acceptance. And that's where the special cell is being provided, and that helps students to harness these kind of skills. Modern pedagogies, industrial interaction cell, very colorful and vibrant co-curricular and extracurricular events for joyful, memorable, and enthusiastic campus life. You can read this some other points, but I would like to talk about this point. Very colorful and vibrant co-curricular and extracurricular events for the joyful, memorable, and enthusiastic campus life. Not only joyful, enthusiastic, and memorable life, but also these are the tools on which you learn management. You will be given an opportunity to create, innovate events, execute events. Institute will be helping out all around that for implementation of it, and while doing that you understand that what is the meaning of a team, what is and how the team is to be made, what is meaning of the performing teams, and how the performance can be taken out from the people, how you can motivate them. So these all are the platforms being created where you shine or hone your skills in area of the management. Spatial centers, incubation centers, and innovation centers, they helps you in generating out of box thinking kind of skills. There are the certain clubs, I'm delighted to share with you these kind of the clubs. First amongst them is Divya Yudh. This Divya Yudh club is being created by the students only. It is being managed and then being perfected by the students only. This is typical a marketing club. They talk about the various marketing strategies here. They invite the guests from the industry to talk about their marketing strategies, and then strategizing the marketing outcomes. Marketing warfares, how it's being carried out in the market, that's the function of this club, and they talk about it. Anveshan, this is the current affairs club. It means that any business person need to know what is happening right now, where the economy is going, what's going to be the impact of some or other international happenings. So Anveshan is the next club that helps this. Again, this club is being managed, worked upon by the students only, and this is how they learn the leadership. Samriddhi, this is the finance club. Abhigyan, that is accountancy club. And Navonmesh, the innovation club. Navonmesh, that is called as the innovation club. These are the clubs which makes the life vibrant for the students and give them a possibility to create themselves. We understand that institute needs to have a network of the various stakeholders so as to provide you global exposure and what best available in the industry. For that, we had chosen the path of MOUs. Sage Institute of Management Studies is having tremendous number of the very valuable partners. Some amongst them are listed here: Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, National Stock Exchange Academy, Wiley Education. These all are the partners with us. Miles Education, say the Skill Development Corporation of say India, or ACCA UK. And above all, we have the now tie-ups with the academic institutions also. You will be delighted to find that the Harvard Business School Online is partnered with us for grooming students in skills of the management. So directly the Harvard professors are in connect with the students. The students can choose them some exclusive skill area and the program therein, and after that they will be exposed to the Harvard learnings through this platform. Another one is that of a MOOCs program by the Government of India, that is Swayam. Further, we have tie-ups with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. They are running innovation centers and incubation centers in our campus. Further, it is the edX that is in partnership with us. So these are the kind of the few in number, the MOUs and the partnerships which are being created. We define education as a skill building drive. For what? For creating the wealth creators. How they can create wealth, they shall have the skills, and which are most relevant skills. So institute is what? Institute is a place where you can create skills by walking through the course, or we call it them as a vehicle for specifically created for that. Each of our course is having very specific takeaways out of it, and that is precipitated in form of the some or other skills. So this is what the Sage Institute of Management Studies. Now I would be showing you some of the glimpse of the life that exists at the Sage Institute of Management Studies and Sage Institute of Commerce. So there's something about entrepreneurship, what happened there, visits, games. As I already shared with you, there are the multiple games and the team building exercises that takes place, outreach activities. Students go and see what is world around and they try and vibe. For this outreach activity, we had created another innovation, and this innovation is, we call them as an immersion program. Students of the MBA agribusiness, they go for 15 days in a particular village. They live there itself. They live with a farmer and live the life of a farmer. They wake up with this when the people go to their field, do whatsoever the whole day a farmer is supposed to do, and I understand that whatever all things are. And similar kind of the immersion programs are there in analytics also. Similar kind of immersion programs are there in hospital administration courses also. Interactive activities, then the institute level activities, the expert lectures, the guests who visit here, they talks about seminars, presentations, special sessions, social services, one after the other, the cultural activities. Human beings, they are not machines. Even though artificial intelligence is there, but the human beings are, say, the different one, and the emotions play a very vital role for them. A student need to be emotionally agog and emotionally alive, and for that the cultural activities helps the emotional arousals and emotional stability to be brought in. We care for the creating an emotional stability and emotional sensitivity amongst the students. So these are the kind of cultural activities, some of the achievements being celebrated. Yeah, these are the social activities taken up by our students during very recent, that is about the corona times. They went there, they tried and helped some people to get aware, and then after that they had helped some number of patients also. Some more activities here. A series of such activities goes in. Trainings are the part of our curriculum. So first training comes after end of the first semester. Second one is after second semester, and then the period of 1 year there is a major research project. Many of the experts who visits, and these experts are being drawn from the various walks of the life. There are the poets, there are the very accoladed people at the same point of time, or the spiritual leaders, and to the people who are grown up from the soil of this country. That is, they are also here, like Prahlad Tipania is an Kabir lyrist, and is one of the person who is coming out of the place, and alumni interaction, and all these kind of activities, they precipitates into the placements. Need not to say what would have been happening as far as placements is concerned. There are these are the kind of the destinations where our students, and I'm proud to put up this list that these are the few amongst the recruiters who had shown confidence in the abilities of our students and our teaching learning process. These are the fortunate ones, few amongst them. Thank you very much. This was I had to share with you. Look forward, Nitisha, for the question answer session from here. Thanks again for this patient hearing. You have one kind of a Google link which is being shared with you. So this Google link, you can click and put up the information. You can request for more of the awareness across any of the topic that you want. So that is being shown here. You can receive a call from my institute also if you click on this particular link for any of the answer, any of the query that you have. Questions, please. There is a question by Chiranjit, and this question is about that. How can you create an innovative idea? Chiranjit, innovation is having the two of the dimension. The first dimension is a process innovation, and another one is in extraordinary new path breaking innovations. What we need to focus on the way we think about if there's something new is to be done, it means that there are the dimensions of the creativity, and these dimensions of the creativity are being taught to the students, that they need to think for the various dimensions like that of new value to be created, the merging of the values to be identified, and after that, say, creating some new product or a new solution which may be more feasible for some given situation or so. So this is how our specific trainings of innovations or innovativeness that is there. Abstract thinking is the abstract thinking, and then making it linked to a particular concept is the next technique by which innovativeness of the brain can be increased. Mind mapping, this is another kind of a scheme or another kind of a technique which helps students to be more innovative in their ideas. Neuro linguistic programming, that helps further students to be thinking more liberally, that helps students to have the more wider aspects of the wider aspects of this life to be considered while they are thinking about. And this is how training is being done, systematic training is being done to harness the innovativeness of the individual students. I think I had answered your question. Any other question, please? Doesn't say question comes here. There is, what are the major research topics in management nowadays? Well, Dr. Alok Kumar Rohit, Dr. Alok, research topics, identified research topics, a series is there, but now present times, if you take my words, Dr. Rohit, there is the infusion of technology into the various business aspects, finding out the newer models, winning models. See, what is business? Business is creating value. And the whole idea is create the value either which is exclusive or which is exclusively created through the some or other processes. And here, what technology, that is, I already shared with you, that is the, say, exponential technologies, how they are making impact, how they are making changes. This is one to be researched. Second major research idea that I share with my students is about that technology is for human being. Human beings are not there for the technology. So what is the impact of the deployment of technology on human benefit or the human life per se? This is where much of research must happen. If you are deploying artificial intelligence, they are having their impact on the psychological aspects of individual also. So what kind of the impacts, maybe on, say, physical, psychological, emotional, or talking about economic aspects of an individual, of the technology, that shall be talked about, that shall be studied. Finally, I can say the traditional ideas about the leadership, the relevance of leadership when you are not meeting face to face. I'm not talking to you face to face, Dr. Alok. I cannot understand that. What are your feelings right now? I cannot communicate with my eyes. I cannot communicate by my body, and still I want to influence your thinking. It needs different kind of the skills and different kind of the leadership. So the leadership in the networked economy, when the people had never met themselves, never met among themselves, and still you want to motivate somebody, it's a challenge. So this, what are going to be the new dimensions of the leadership? That is something, one of the major research area. So Dr. Alok, I think I had answered some number of your questions. Nabrun Nath asks for, can you briefly discuss the digital revolution? Digital revolution. Nabrun, digital revolution, I mean to say, there are the business practices. I just answer your question in reference to the business practices. There are the business practices like that of manufacturing. What was happening earlier? You were having the skilled people around for the some or other kind of manufacturing activity. Now, all these people are being removed from the shop floor and robots are being deployed. What they were doing? They were welding on the shop floor. They were forging on the shop floor. They were milling on the shop floor. They were cutting the tools on the shop floor. And all of a sudden, you will find that these all tasks are being taken up by the robots. And how robots are working, it is called as the robotic automation, and this is part of the digital revolution. Now, further I say, you were thinking earlier with your friends, but now you are thinking with the people who are there on the Facebook or your Facebook friends. While doing that kind of chats, or while doing that kind of the sharing or likes, or say the kind of comments on the some or other friend's request, you are generating data. This data is about your psychology. This data is about your needs, about your happiness, how you feel happiness, and various other such issues. And all these things, if I analyze with the help of some number of the softwares and make use for that, for understanding your profile, what you will need, how you will consume that particular product, etc., it is digital revolution. Digital revolution has totally changed the way business was carried out earlier, and now how the consumers are thinking, that is changing that also. So this is what I mean by the digital revolution. Deploying technology and bringing in changes happening in area of business and the human interactions. That is where the digital revolution is happening. Again, the question is that, can we create innovative ideas through the proper classroom teaching? Yes, we can, and already I had answered this question. Chiranjit Bhomek also think you same kind of, sir, how can we create innovative ideas? So this is also I shared with you. See, there are the dimensions of innovativeness. Go more on that particular aspect. You will be enjoying reading that how innovativeness can be imbibed, how innovativeness can be promoted in thinking. Well, these were the questions visible to me in chat box.